What's up, everybody? This is my second run with the deadbolt and the first run with the Element Enduro Trailwalker, having a Holmes Hobby Torquemaster Expert 540 35 turn. So far we're not too impressed. You'll see in the video. It had some electrical issues. Basically smelled like an electrical fire about 10 minutes into it. You're stuck, I'm stuck, we're all stuck.
It's like it gets that spot.
It tells you to go f yourself.
Pretty much.
If you watched my last deadbolt video, you'll know that the servo horn got stripped out, and we ended up having to tow the deadbolt back with the Enduro. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload that video or not yet, if there'll be a link for it here. This footage didn't turn out as well as I wanted it to, but it was still an adventure getting it. I had a backpack with the SCX-10-2 strapped to it and had me quite off balance. Plus that giant log kept moving every time I took a step.
That sounded great.
Yep, that didn't work so well. Throw up the deadbolt.
It's f***ing walking back.
Deadbolt rescue. Look at that, it made a magical U-turn.
Right.
Yeah, between the wind, the backpack, and the moving of the log, there was no way I was getting stable footage, even with a stabilized camera. Oh, second casualty. Hey, that's not too bad. The last run that I took with the deadbolt was mainly along the trail. This time I really wanted to take it along the river to see what it was really capable of. I immediately started to pick up on its shortcomings, the difference between this and my Cherokee. Having lowered this really doesn't help me in certain situations.
I'm hoping these Holmes Hobbies motors are waterproof.
I'm having trouble steering this thing.
That's Servo.
Well, the servo being slower and weaker. Right here is where I noticed two huge differences between this and my Cherokee. The first being the servo is extremely weaker and slower, so it makes it really hard to steer, and second is weight. The deadbolt is so light, it just kind of surfs across everything. It doesn't really get a whole lot of traction.
My license plate's coming off.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh no! I used hot glue. My hands aren't quite working right.
Now it's a stolen vehicle. Riding dirty with no plates.
So these beadlock wheels are sealed, and I noticed that it basically kind of wants to float away, even in the lightest of current. As soon as you start spinning the wheels, it just kind of, the current grabs it, and it's buoyant, so it starts floating downstream.
I need to get like a normal controller on this thing. I don't like this at all. I mean, it's not a bad controller, but one-handed really sucks.
You can see here how it's just not heavy enough to keep planted. Like, even when there's no current, the tires kind of want to float, and it just skips across the surface. Unlike the Chunky Monkey over here, you see how it sinks in and digs in for traction? Yeah, so we're going to have to add some weight to the deadbolt. It was shortly after this part here where the Holmes Hobby started to smell like an electrical fire. It did keep going, but man, it smelled like something cooked in it. I've contacted them, ball's in their court. I want to know why it barely lasted this run. We've put plenty of axial motors through much worse than this, and they're still going. You know, in other videos you've heard us, busting on Remo Hobbies, and it's not so much the Remo Hobbies, it's the arrogant attitude that certain people have about them. Holmes Hobbies, yeah, a lot of people say they're the greatest thing ever. Not so far. So far it's a big piece of crap. Spent $120 on 2 motors to have one go in 5 minutes. Yeah, that was money well spent. Back to the deadbolt, if you've been paying attention to that over my rant there, this thing barely steers with the stock servo. Having the extensions on there, I'm sure really makes it harder for that servo to move, but damn, I am so happy I put the 444 in there after this run. The other problem I was having was with the controller. It is not a controller set up for one-handed crawling at all. You know, I don't want to come off as being hypocritical either by praising Reef's RC's 444, but if you've seen some of our other videos, we busted on the price of that too. All the hype surrounding those servos and the price really turned us away. It wasn't until I started pricing out a waterproof Savox servo, and it was only a few dollars more, so I just went ahead and tried it. I don't regret it. If something's good, I'm going to give it a really good review. If it's a piece of crap, I'm not going to pull any punches. It's a piece of crap. That's the bottom line. So far, the only thing electronics-wise that's really lived up to the hype and justified their price has been the Hobby Wing 1080 and the Reef's RC servos. You know I sound a little bit bitter about the whole motor situation. I'm going to explain something here while we watch my deadbolt woes here. So we bought those 2 motors, about $50 each, for a total of about 120, give or take, and one of them lasts 10 minutes. Barely even 10 minutes. We haven't even run the other one yet. And to be honest, I really don't want to. You know, after the Torquemaster finally gave up the ghosts, it ran for a while, smelling like an electrical fire, and then it finally stopped. I think about 2 hours total it ran. We picked up a green Trailmaster to replace it, another 540, a non-rebuildable one, and that one sounds like a Sherman tank rolling down the trail. It's probably the loudest, worst sounding motor I've ever heard in my life.
This is controller.
I've been told by several people that they're awesome with the warranty. Well, I've contacted them, and it's been almost a week, and I've yet to hear back from them. You know, then I look at their website, and they charge for all these services. $20 to rebuild it after spending $29 to $69 on parts? What's the point? Their motor costs $50 brand new. I don't see a point. I'm not going to just dump money into something for the name. I have a Holmes Hobby motor, so here, empty my wallet. Nope, no thanks. I've also asked around to people that I know that run them and love them. You know, they tell me that, well, they had a bad batch of motors, and there's supposedly a video, but I haven't seen it. I can't find it. And, you know, it's understandable if they did. Things happen. I'm not even mad about that. I'm just frustrated with the lack of communication from them. If it really is just a name, then fine. I need nothing to do with it. I'd like to give them a fair shake. I'd like to give them the benefit of the doubt, but as of right now, yeah, I'm done. Done with Holmes. Sorry, Holmes. It's frustrating buying something with an expectation and it not even living up to it at all. Didn't even try. Yeah. Like I said, I'd love to give them the benefit of the doubt. The ball's in their court. Maybe they are awesome. I don't know, but as of right now, yeah, not so much. This $20 Axial 55 turn right here has got more time underwater than the Torquemaster had above water.
I wake up, thumb down, now check, no drip, this time to run it up, no sleep, no no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now.
Part 2 is coming up soon, and we destroy the Wraith 1.9 again. It involves water and a motor, and not a Holmes motor. But we'll see just what kind of punishment a axial motor can take. I've already finished editing it. I haven't done the voiceover yet. You know, maybe Holmes will respond to my email, my inquiry before then. That would be nice.